Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pocketeers. We have taken a break for about a week because we've been opening a shit ton of packs. And we finally come up with what we think is probably one of the most competitive decks. Having seen Arceus as well, and having speculated ourselves, I'm not really surprised on what's come out on top. But before we get into the video, shall we just rip a pack? Why not? Because I can. So I have a free pack. I think Mike might have a free pack as well. So let's just do that. Oh, send it. I'm going to do the Dialga packs because I pretty much got all I need from the Triumphant Light pack set. Let's see what I get.
What are you looking for in there?
I just want a full art Weavile or another Gallade. Not Weavile, of the Golden Darkrai.
I'm honestly at the point now where I don't know what to open anymore.
I know what you mean. Like, it's almost like you're just opening packs for not wasting packs. Because, like, I've kind of got everything that I need, to be honest.
I'll open a Pikachu pack. How's that? You know what I really want? Actually, I'm going to open a Mew. I want another Articuno. I think it comes from Mew. So, did you get anything?
Nah, nothing. Another Magnezone. What's we got? Premium. Nice. Premium rewards. Sweet. But while we rip those packs, let me talk to you about today's video. Today we're going to do a matchup. As you can see, we've been building some decks. I am going to be playing, I've called it ADS, just because I played a similar version to this deck in the TCG back when it was in format, called ADP. So for those that know TCG, you'll know that deck setup. It was Zacian, Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia, or Arceus if you're from America, but I say Arceus. And this is a similar version where I finally could get two of the legendaries, or two of the quote-unquote god Pokemon except Palkia. But yeah, so this deck has also been running rampant throughout Arceus and throughout the meta. It's been dubbed the strongest deck in format, the best deck in format. I would agree. I've been wanting to play Arceus for a while. I said it at the start of the set release. I said, there's no Arceus. It's got to be coming in A2A. If you don't believe me, go have a look. So I've been looking forward to this. I have been super lucky with my pulls as well. As you can see, I have nothing but quality art Pokemon in the deck setup. But yes, I'm just running Arceus, Dialga, and Shaymin, hence why ADS. So not many people are running this type of Shaymin lineup. A lot of people are running a Mew instead. I'm running the new Sky Support Shaymin. I just think that that one less retreat cost is just the X speed on steroids. Coupled with an X speed. Yeah.
I also asked you why you have the extra Pokemon, and it's to increase the Arceus's power.
Yeah. So 20 damage per bench. If I got a full bench, it's 130 damage plus Dialga's 30, so it's doing roughly 160. So that's the Pokemon setup, and then just running 2 X speed so I can occasionally retreat for free if I wanted to. Or retreat without a penalty because, as you know, Dialga takes 2 energy to power up. Just 2 Pokeballs, no communications because everything's basic. 1 giant cape for situations, Rocky helmets to help chip away at damage because of the Arceus. 2 research, a Giovanni just to help get over that 10 damage mark. Cyrus as per normal with Sabrina. A Dawn because I've discovered some tech where I could attack earlier by just retreating Dialga and moving the energy. And then the Mars, which I'm not too comfortable with, I might shuffle around, but Mars is useful. The reason why I'm running Mars, and let me explain to you why. I only have EX Pokemon in this deck. I'm almost, if not like 70 to 80% of my games, Dialga's getting knocked out first, which means they take 2 prizes instantly, which means if I just hit them with the Mars, they draw 1 card. So that's kind of the theory behind it. It's not really worked flawlessly.
Instead of the Mars.
That's the thing. I could do another cape, but I would most likely do another Sabrina just to have the flexibility of getting past, you know, the Drudgigans, etc. But they're not being played as much now, so I have to think about it and play. But that's currently what I'm running at the moment. Yeah. And I'm going to be playing against Mike today, best of 3, who's running
Garchomp. You know, we've been theory mongering about this deck for a while. It's similar to the deck that's actually on the challenge. You've got it's just your basic Riolu and your Garchomp lineup as Pokemon, and I've thrown in a Hitmonchan just for an extra attacker to start. But I'm actually finding that starting with a Gibble is not that bad. So I might end up taking that one out eventually and seeing what that spot can throw up. and I've got the 2 Garchomps there. The thing about the deck is that because it's got a stage heavy Pokemon with the Garchomp, there's not much space for trainers, so you gotta be as clinical as possible.
And you
so,
almost need that communication, right? Just to help
Yeah.
you get through your stages.
So like the 2 research, 2 communication, and 2 Pokeball is just standard, and that leaves me with 3 spaces, and I chose my 3 spaces to be a Cyrus to be able to snipe when needed, pull up someone I've damaged the bench with, and I've got the X speeds to help me retreat to the bench if needed early game, especially with Riolu. If he's stuck there, and having the extra energy on him at times can help. I'm not convinced yet that X speeds are the way, but I do like that my deck is lighter on supporters than normal.
Yeah.
And it does make my deck super fast, but I'm hoping that by having something that's Arceus is weak to, I might be able to use that.
I was just about to say, this is a good deck to play against for me and for you to test the strength of it, because Arceus and Dialga is no doubt the most played, probably going into the new type of formatting, which means if you can find a counter to it, you're probably going to be ending up very high in tournaments. So let's play a few games and see how we go. Yeah, we've got a few other decks that we've been crafting. Obviously, Mike and I have been playing around with the new Leafeon. I've been playing around with the Heatran and Crobat. We'll go through those at some point. Yeah. Darkness and New Hope. I'm trying to bring Darkrai into my setup again, but it's proving tricky. But this one was fun as well.
I've seen some clever decks with Darkrai, Arceus on the bench, and sniping with the Crobat, so it's not bad. But I think my favorite deck that you've built is definitely the Heatran version. I feel like it's a sleeper.
Yeah.
Like, people are not going to see it coming, and when it does, it hits hard.
I really enjoy it. Like the Heatran retreats for free, the Crobat retreats for free.
It is a dual type, or you don't use any dark.
No, I don't use dark energies. I don't even attack with Crobat. He's just there for that. He's acting as Greninja in this scenario. But yeah, I'll make a deck video on this too. This was the first deck that I built before I pulled everything I needed, and I had fun playing it. So yeah. Shall we jump into it again?
I'll bring my my Leafeon for that deck.
You'll have to. Yeah, we'll have to do some crafting with it. Make sure you've got the right deck. I do as well.
You don't have the energy doubles. Oh, I hate that.
We'll do Craven. Yeah. And then send it. See what happens.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this isn't us in a tournament format, so we don't need to really hide each other's cards. It is what it is. I'm not technically going to be looking much at Mike's hand. It's not the point of this video. The point of the video is just to demonstrate how the deck would match up against each other. So for those of you that are wondering or saying, oh no, you've got an advantage, you see, not the point. It's fine. It's okay. Nevertheless, I don't have the greatest of starts. I'm going to have to just do that and start the battle. For my deck, Mike, I don't know about you, I would like to go second to start powering up Dialga sooner. I don't need to go first at all because I don't have any evolving Pokemon. But what about you?
I still like going second because getting that attack off early is quite useful. And as you can see, I didn't even get a Gibble, so it's not necessarily the best start I can have right now.
Yeah. Which is good. It shows us what a blank or bricking start does. This is probably the worst start for me as well, but I have a decent hand, so I could probably recover. So we'll hit a Pokeball. Good old statistics first before I hit a research. See what we pull out. Arceus, not the end of the world. I would have preferred a Dialga. We'll see what we get. Do I get one? I don't. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. So we start powering up Arceus. I'm not going to X-Speed just yet. I'll let Shaymin tank a damage or two, and then that's my turn.
And that's exactly the same thing I did, right? I could have X-Speed, but I thought I'd wait it out and see. But now that things have developed, I will X-Speed.
And start putting pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, now start putting pressure on you.
See, good shot by me as well, not retreating, because I would have taken, what, 70 damage because of weakness? So, yeah. Oh, I would have taken 90 damage because of weakness. That's crazy. Lucario is doing bits there. That's going to hurt. And now the game begins.
Yeah. So in my mind already, I'm thinking, okay, I've got a Shaymin on 20. So all I got to do is keep my Cyrus, wait for the kill late game, and just take out one X Pokemon. Except that you can, if you get your other Shaymin out, as you just did, you can start healing that Shaymin up.
However,
right?
I think you will take that Shaymin out this turn, but the point...
You're leaving him there.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice him. I don't want to risk... I don't have anything to attack you with now, so there's no point in me trying to move, so I will probably sacrifice him this turn. Even if I brought out the other Shaymin, you would have been able to kill him because Lucario is just different.
There's the Gibble,
Oh,
and
you're
you know,
only 10 short, but yeah.
it's never going to really be more than a turn away. Because the deck is so consistent in terms of the few Pokemon and the few supporter line. There's nothing much more I can do other than just keep putting pressure, take the knockout, and let's see what you can do in return.
So essentially now I'll be able to start attacking at least, so I'll be putting the pressure back onto you. This is also the beauty of Arceus. It's only 3 energy, so I don't need the Dialga. The Dialga just accelerates this deck a lot. The only downside is I don't have a full bench, but that's okay. We do what we can. I don't really think I'm going to play anything here. I don't want to Sabrina because you don't have an evolved Gabble, which means you don't have Garchomp, which means I don't run into that risk just yet, so that's okay. If you did, I would probably look to Sabrina. You might have brought out the Riolu, but that's fine. It's just the risk of Sabrina, I suppose.
I think my mistake was I probably should have put that energy on my Lucario.
And then maybe look to attack with Lucario. Yeah.
But now I'm pretty stuck. I mean, if I was to be able to get a Gabite for sure, then I would bring out Gibble.
And then the pressure will be on if you get the Gabble.
But I have
Gabble?
to bring it out
Gabite.
now. Gabite, and I don't know if I'm going to get it. So the safest thing for me to do, I will do nothing, and it will auto choose for me.
Because the timer ran out. Well, you did get the Gabite anyway. Well, there you go. So, yeah.
So it looks like I made the wrong move there.
Essentially, though, with this deck, you don't need the Lucario to kill me.
No.
So it's not the end of the world for you. Hopefully I can get out another... yeah, that's fine. So I can just at least get a Pokemon down. I can put energy on him now. Essentially, this is irrelevant for energy placement because you just need one more prize. I don't need to do anything here. So I will just clear Lucario. If I didn't draw a Pokemon, I would have not been able to. Would have done 90. So it's very good that I'm able to draw that Pokemon. And now the game will get interesting because...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've got the game though.
Potentially. Garchomp is a tanky boy. So we are going to... Please evolve with the full art one. Yeah, well played. It's tricky because you're about to do 120 to me. I won't be able to clear you unless... No, I won't be able to clear you. So it's going to be a interesting turn of events. Although...
I took the 20, so I'll have 150. You shouldn't be able to clear me.
I won't, but I just realized I have Sabrina, so... And I need one more prize. So, yeah. If you had another Pokemon on... Different, but... Yeah. If you had Lucario up as well, you would have cleared that in one hit, so I guess there is that difference. But yeah, I think this game would have gone either way, to be honest.
Because you could have played your Sabrina last time, even if I brought that thing out, and you would have taken up one of my Pokemon anyways.
Yeah. But I've only had 150 now.
Lost this one.
So it's not bad. There's my showcase of my deck showing you that you can still start with an Arceus and still get things going. For you, I think it was just a tricky place of running out of time to choose because I'm pretty sure you would have put the Gibble up front.
No, I would. Well, there's no guarantee I would have got it right, and then there's no win condition for me to get it. So statistically, I was going with. I probably would have put Lucario and taken that prize, but you still would have won the game.
Yeah. Let's run the second one. See what happens. Yeah, like I say, guys, it's just a showcase to see what the decks are doing against each other.
Yeah,
not non-tournament conditions. It's just the casual.
The reality is that if Garchomp isn't able to handle Arceus, then I don't think Garchomp is really worth playing, is it?
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
And I'm trying to make Garchomp work ahead of what is my favorite fighting deck, which is Hitmonlee Magnezone. with Marshadows. And at the moment, I feel like Hitmonlee Marshadow is a more powerful deck because it does the same thing, but you don't get any X Pokemon out of it. It generates its own energy, so that's almost the same thing. But we'll see how this game goes.
I prefer this Arceus over the other one. Yeah, I've pretty much got a near perfect start.
But you went first.
I don't need anything else right now. I can stack my bench. I'm not playing the other Pokemon now because I don't need to. I don't even need to play the Arceus, to be fair. If anything, that was a bit risky. I should have just left it without Arceus, because if you Sabrinaed, it would have been tricky. So
yeah, I have quite a easy turn. I have nothing to do with what I did.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. I'm going to place 2 of them down just to start filling the bench. If I do draw a Shaymin, I'll pop him down. If I don't, I don't. Put that and then in my turn, because I need to take 2 turns to power him up.
That is the thing. The problem is your deck going second puts you that energy behind on a deck that requires 2 energy to get the first attack off to power up everything.
Yeah.
And I feel like it gives me a little bit of an advantage with you going first.
It does. It's winnable, but if you're not going first with Dialga in terms of attaching an energy, it's going to be difficult. It's not impossible, but yeah. This is dangerous for me. I don't like this.
Well, it depends. Can you KO me? It's the interesting part. You're gonna do 30 plus the 20 from the helmet, which is a 50. So
I might have the damage to it, but you're gonna have to play this smartly. Yeah.
Well, I don't have much options right now. That's the problem. There's nothing much I can do right now other than swing. And I've taken the 20. Now, I don't see myself winning this. I can see myself taking 2 prizes and you Marsing me. And I was about to say that and then I saw Mars. I can see that happening, but it's nothing much I can do. I really think Arceus has been built like in a deck like this where no one's taking one. Like if Charizard was more consistent, then maybe. But no one's playing a decks that one hit KO anymore. So I could take you out for the knockout, but then you'll counter take me out. And even if I retreat to the bench, you'll still take me out. So my best thing to do is to just be aggressive. But even if I take you out, you'll take me out, and I have very little to be able to take you out. Especially if I don't draw another Pokemon. I'm in trouble. I'm in big trouble.
This is where it becomes dangerous when you've got your Arceus powered up.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, 100 damage is not that much for what it costs to bring Garchomp out. And I haven't powered anything up. Whereas a Magnezone does the same thing. More damage, less prizes.
So yeah, I'll do 110 without a Pokemon. I did get him, so that'll be 130 now. And I have nothing else to throw, so I will do this. I know I can see your hand, but I wouldn't know your hand in future, so I would probably throw this down.
No, but that's when you would have done it, right?
Yeah, this is the point of Mars at this point, yeah. So, to be fair, it's not the worst card you could have drawn, so...
At least I've survived a turn. And it feels like I'm an energy short to win this game. But
you could have maybe attached that energy, that second energy, to Hitmonlee and swapped and started attacking with Hitmonchan, maybe. But yeah, it's tough. The thinker.
Yeah, it's game over.
Yeah. So much damage. Considering Hitmonchan will do 90 damage to Arceus with a Lucario for 1 energy, it isn't anything to be shy about. So, yeah. But this is the problem with this deck, right? And we need to find a way to beat this deck, because this deck is just like, we'll have to mirror matchup to see how we beat mirror matchups, but this is the problem. This deck might just run rampant and there needs to be a counter.
That is the problem.
This guy.
Yeah, it's really, the last set didn't bring out this massive SmackDown didn't bring out this massive archetype that ruled the set. Arceus has really taken completely over, and there's not only just one way to play it. I think there's like 4 different ways.
Yeah, I mean, to touch off, I've got the Arceus with Crobat and Heatran. I've got the Arceus with Darkrai and Crobat. I've seen it being played with Palkia as well. There's just so many options. This is a very fun deck, by the way. Yeah, I think why the deck really works well is because there's no evolving Pokemon, and it powers itself out with basic Pokemon, and it's better than Manaphy Palkia because it doesn't discard energies, and it's tankier than Manaphy. So
yeah, that's why I'm trying to find a weakness to it. It revolves around one-shotting it with a fighting deck, but Garchomp isn't that yet.
It's so funny. As soon as I said that, my brother texted me and said, "I know." So it's like that just came up really well. Anyway, yeah, you were saying?
Yeah, it's just Garchomp with 100 damage plus a Lucario plus is 120 plus the weakness is 140. So my thinking was, if I can target your Arceus with the Garchomp and a Lucario, I can one-shot it. The problem is my deck is not going to be as consistent as yours with that gold god card over there.
It is nice. Although gold, I do prefer this version. I think it matches better.
Those creepy eyes, man. Look like an alien.
His creepy eyes, both of them. But yeah, that'll be it for today's video. A little bit of a showcase of the deck. We will need to plan a video around the 45 wins that are coming out soon. Obviously, this current event match is nearly done. Ending tonight or tomorrow morning, depending where you are. Yeah, I've got my wins. I'm sure Mike's got his wins. So that was just a nice casual event. The next one will be a 45 win event, and then we'll have ranked, which I'm very excited for. Ranked will really revive this game for those competitive players that aren't doing tournaments. So looking forward to ranked. But yeah.
And maybe if we can film in the next few days, Nate, I'd love to take you out, not for dinner, but take you out of this game and take Arceus out. So my plan is to work on a deck and try and see how to stand up against Arceus.
I'm very nervous to play Arceus, right? Because this is how it happened last time. I got the broken deck quickly. I got the Darkrai Magnezone, and I only played Mike. And Mike figured out every way to beat me. And then when it came to tournaments, I kept losing to him. This is the same situation. We're gonna trial and deck test and limit test and figure out what's the best one. And but it's good because we gotta help each other.
There is a benefit for you this time around, though. Like, I promise you, I haven't been sleeping and doing nothing. I've been trying to beat Arceus. I've been trying to find a way to consistently beat a deck that has a medium tempo, high damage ramp, and healing. It seems to have it all, and I can't find the right combination. I do have a deck that I'd love to test out against you to see, but I first want to see what I can do with Leafeon.
Yeah.
I'm saving my secret weapon for the tournament as per usual.
Oh yeah, you get to see my decks, so you'd save yours. Yeah, but yeah, we'll definitely make some more videos. I definitely want to showcase this. I've nicknamed it Outrageous because those of you that are fans of Black and White, you'll know that Reshiram and Kyurem and Zekrom did something called Outrage, which did damage based on the damage that was on them, and this kind of does something similar. So why I've called it Outrageous. And
he's raging mad, outrage mad.
There we go. And then yeah, I mean, I have teched around with Infernape again with the Heatran. Son Goku, it looks really strong and really considerate. Like I'm really keen to try it out. And then again, also just Arceus can be used in so many decks. So yeah, watch the space.
Unfortunately, the end of the day is, and I need everybody's help out there, to beat Arceus we need to be faster, and which means stage 1 and stage 2 decks are not gonna cut it.
Does this mean Darkrai Weevil is back?
Oh, Darkrai Weevil's back.
Those of you who watched us earlier, you'll know that this was one of the first decks of the new set that I built. Was just a straight up 2/2 Darkrai and Weevil line. And this deck was just so quick. So quick.
Yeah.
Might
It's
be
still
one
a
of the
stage one though.
shouts.
It still does revolve around stage one. It still does have some low HPs. They're difficult, but with the format right now, it could work as long as we don't run into any Leafeons.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like the Leafeon would be the big counterplay, right? So we'll have to see. But yeah, otherwise that's pretty much all we have time for. I'm gonna go ahead and make some more decks and keep playing the game. Mike's gonna go ahead and probably also make some more decks and keep trying to figure out how to beat Arceus.
No, just to beat Arceus.
Yeah.
As I love to beat Nate.
Um,
I tell guys, it doesn't matter who I lose to, as long as I don't lose to Nate.
here we go, guys. This is the deck. If you guys remember, if you know, you know. The hashtag. There we go. Done. And it's got the water energy. All right, well, that's all we have time for. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please comment down below and let us know what you're doing to beat Arceus, or if you're conforming and just plain Arceus. So you have to let us know.
You can't beat them, join them. I refuse. I'll
say.
find a way. I'll find a way for all of you. I'll find a way.
There we go. And on that, we'll end today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thanks, guys.